Bruh. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the COVID crash and my strategy moving forward. All right, so I've lost about close to $10,000 in the market. Now, there's a mindset that you have to understand that when you are investing, there's a difference between losing money and losing value in a stock. And I posted about this as my Financial Fitness Friday on Instagram. So if you're following me, let me get back a little bit. If you're following me on that, you already know what's up. So real quick, if you bought Apple at $200 and it dropped to $125 and then you sold at $125 because you're panicking, you have lost $75. When Apple goes back up, let's say it shoots up to $300 and then you buy back in, you've bought a more expensive asset. So now you have to use even more money to get back what you had previously, which is not what you want to do. First-time investors usually do that strategy that I just outlined because they panic, they don't like the fear, they don't like the idea of losing money, even though they haven't really lost money until they've sold the asset. Now, scenario 2 is when we lose value. Take the same scenario, we buy in at 200, it drops down to 125, and you think to yourself, the value of Apple isn't that great right now. So people aren't liking Apple so much, and that's why they've lowered the value of an Apple stock. But you need to remember, no one is getting rid of their iPhones, nobody's getting rid of their AirPods, no one's getting rid of their MacBook Pros just because they see the price of the stock drop. A lot of people who buy the products aren't even shareholders within the company. We know that Apple is going to continue to dominate the market when it comes to cell phones and smartphones and all the other electronics that they sell. So all you're doing is taking that 125 and saying, this is just a bad day for Apple, it's going to go back up. Or if you are a true investor, you're going to say, oh, Apple's on sale right now, I'm going to buy more shares. And so once Apple starts to go back up and then surpasses the $200 that it was at, you've now got even more money because you bought more shares when it was at a bargain discount price. So that's the philosophy that you need to have when you are investing. But on to the actual COVID-19 crash and all that stuff that I wanted to get into. So people are out here losing their minds. We're talking about bear shelves at the supermarket, and we're talking about potential bear markets in the stock market. What am I doing as an investor to maintain my money? So here's a couple of things that I did. So in a previous video that I've talked about the DCP account, which is a retirement account, I've switched up the allocations so I have less of a percentage within the total US market. I increased my bonds percentage a little bit more, and I also increased my general money savings account pool percentage as well. A couple things why I did that. If the market continues to slide down and I have less of a percentage within the total market, my overall balance isn't going to lose that much. Bonds are typically safer when the market is crashing, but everything is really crazy right now. I've increased my pool of money so that when the market does recover, I have that extra cash to put back into the market, like I was explaining of the Apple being at 125. This is when I need to buy so I can ride the wealth wave back up. I did the same thing with Anthony's 529 plan. As for investments, what do I invest in when I know that the market is going crazy? So I've invested more into stocks that could see a potential increase based off of the coronavirus, such as Zoom, ticker symbol ZM. They are all about video conferencing. A lot of companies will be using video conferencing because they're telling their employees to stay home. I also have 11K ready to pump into Tesla. I'm just seeing if it's going to go a little bit lower. I feel like Tesla is going to do really well in the market. I believe in Elon's ability to do whatever it is he says he's going to do. Aside from the market, the price of silver and the price of platinum are going down. So I'm going to be putting money towards silver and platinum. It's a great time to be buying precious metals. Gold is at 1500, and if it were to drop down more, I'd get some gold, but right now my focus is more silver, more platinum. Another thing I'm doing, instead of putting extra money into the stock market, is going to be putting more money towards my account in Fundrise, which is that real estate investment account where I just give them money and they do all the real estate work. But that is going to do it for this episode, folks. So again, getting more bond heavy, getting less market heavy, switching over to a more cash account to be able to pump money in once the market starts doing what it needs to be doing, switching over to buying more assets in non-stock related stuff, which means real estate and precious metals. Is there anything I'm investing in besides that?
2 hours later.
I don't think so. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. Please be safe. Please wash your hands. Please sanitize your hands. And take this time to hang out with your family. Love your family. Love your spouse. Love your kids. Give them an extra hug because no one is promised tomorrow and things could get crazy. So take this time to just be more lovey, help people out. I know everyone's out here panicking, but that means to me that I have to be extra calm, especially with kids, like maybe asking questions about this stuff. It's just take the opportunity to make it a positive experience and not something that has to be stressful, because we don't know if we've gotten through the worst of times or we're just heading into them. So remember to stay grounded, stay peaceful, stay loving, and it'll all work out in the end. And until the next one, remember to smile because you are beautiful. Peace.